All right, so thank you for being on the introductory call for our Be Your Boss group. My name is Kelly Hanner. I am the CEO and leader of our team, the big umbrella of everybody's team, Team Tubby to Tone. And so what I want to do is I want to get a real feel for what it is that your why is. So the first thing that we had to do today is we had to look in the mirror and tell ourselves that we love ourselves. Because in all honesty, I believe that the greatest thing that holds a lot of people back are two things. The first thing is they don't have the belief in themselves, and that belief in yourself can catapult you through this business. And then the second thing that holds people back is the idea that they don't have the belief in the business either. So what I want you to do is throughout this entire 3 weeks is I want you to be doing as much personal development as possible so that you are honing in on yourself. You are building the belief in yourself, and then you're also going to build the belief in your business. So what we're going to address tonight on the call is what your why is, and then what you feel is the biggest thing holding you back. So let's see here. All right. Before we get started, I want to share a little bit of my story too with you guys in case that you're unfamiliar. So I got started with Beachbody 5 years ago. And when I got started at the age of 23. And I didn't really do anything with this business. I was still really immature back then, and all I really cared about was drinking, and all I wanted to do was get fit and skinny and hot so that I could feel confident when I was going out partying. So I did lose weight. I was successful with that thanks to P90X and TurboFire. I lost 20 pounds and 20 inches. But like I said, I was very immature, so I didn't really take this business seriously. Another thing that happened was I was one of those typical Beachbody pushy marketing salespeople where if somebody said that they wanted to lose weight for the new year, I would just spam the heck out of them, and I would hop on their posts and I would say, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach and you can order P90X from me. I didn't have success with that, of course. Nobody, I believe, does have success through doing that. So I was discouraged. So I put Beachbody on the back burner for about 1.5 years. But at the same time, though, I was getting results with P90X and TurboFire, and I became friends with other coaches on Facebook. And I saw these coaches having success with this. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to do something with this. I'm going to make this work. So I started to contact them and figure out what it was that they were doing that led to them being successful, led to them going on trips, talking about how they're able to pay off debt, they're able to pay off student loans. All of that stuff really intrigued me. So I saw hope with business. So eventually what happened was I got a 2-year degree in nutrition, and I realized I couldn't do anything really with that. So I decided to go to school to be an environmental scientist because I wanted to save the whales and save the tigers and all that kind of stuff. And what I soon found out was I was sitting in class and I was learning about soil composition and the rise and fall of tides. And I wasn't saving the animals. And I just thought, you know what? When am I going to ever save the animals here? So at the same time, I started to really take my business seriously. And so I was sitting in class most of the time, not even paying attention, just barely getting by in my classes. And I wasn't paying attention because I was working on my business from my cell phone. So I finally eventually quit. I dropped out of school. Much to my boyfriend's dismay. He was not thrilled about it, and I never even told my parents that I dropped out. But I did it because I had a belief in this. I knew that it could work for me. Fast forward, now I am a 5-star Diamond Elite Beachbody coach, which basically means that 5 people on our team who are directly underneath me have had success with their business and have become a Diamond coach. I have fulfillment. I have confidence. I have a crazy, amazing life. And these are all things that I never thought would ever have been possible for me. And so it took me the long route to do what I'm doing right now. There are coaches who have been on the fast track. They signed up and they knew right away that they wanted to make this work. And so I could sit here and compare myself to those people. I could compare my journey and get down on myself, because there are coaches who are 5 years, let me even go back a little. There are coaches who are 3 years into this who are so much further ahead and have a lot more accomplished than what I've achieved. So don't let yourself compare yourself to somebody else's journey, because you're experiencing your journey for a reason. And with the personal development, that's going to help you hone in on your belief in yourself so that you aren't comparing yourself to other people, because comparison is the thief of joy. If you find yourself comparing your story to other people, you're going to have a hard time getting ahead, because the comparison is going to lead to jealousy. And when you are jealous over somebody else's business, that's going to keep you from going forward in your own. So with all of that being said, what I would love to have happen is for each of us on the call tonight to express what your why is. What's your reason for doing this? And then after that, say what you feel is the biggest thing holding you back. So an example of what a why could be, if you're a little caught off guard as to what it should look like, and there's not a cookie cutter definition of what a why should be. But for me, my why has always been to have freedom, to be able to do whatever I want, whenever I want, with whomever I want, and not have to report to anybody. I was always the kind of person who was hopping from job to job because I never felt fulfillment, because I was doing the work of like 5 people and not getting rewarded for it. And at the same time, people who weren't even doing anything, my coworkers who might just have been half-assing their responsibilities, they were still making the same pay that I was. So I always hopped from job to job. So I wanted to work somewhere where I had freedom to do and be my own boss. And then also so that I knew that whatever pay I was getting was in fact what I truly deserved. And so for me, Beachbody allows me to have exactly that. I mean, it just allowed me to move from Ohio down to Delray Beach, Florida, at the drop of a dime. And I didn't have to worry about finances or anything. I'm still set, I'm safe, and I'm secure. So what we'll start with is I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, Shannon. You were the first one to hop on. So if you could, share with me what your why is, and then what you feel is the biggest thing holding you back.
Well, first off, I want to be more healthy and more fit. Is why I really originally started, but I would love to not have to do my 7 to 4 every day, be able to just have some extra money and not have to struggle paycheck to paycheck. But mostly I love helping other people.
You love helping other people. That's great. And so you love helping people, you want to get healthy, you don't want to have to struggle and live paycheck to paycheck. If you lived a life where you didn't have to live paycheck to paycheck, how might things be different for you right now? Would you go on more vacations? Would you be able to spend more time with your family? Would you live a more stress-free life? What exactly would that look like for you?
Spend more time with my family, and definitely it would be more stress-free. And I'd love to go on vacations. But.
Okay. Where exactly might you want to go? Have you ever thought that far ahead?
Not really, because I've never really been too far. No.
Do you have anywhere on your bucket list? Europe, Australia, going back to your family's homeland, anything like that?
No, I haven't got that far yet.
Okay. What I encourage you to do, Shannon, is to go ahead and create a list of what your why is.
Okay.
So I would say, that you're looking to get healthy. I would define that, whether that be a pant size, hopefully not a number on the scale, because I don't believe in that, but a pant size, or just maybe feeling more energy. Then I would write how much debt you want to pay off. And then I would also start brainstorming what kind of vacations you want to go to or go on. Make that something that you're writing down, and then I would keep that in an area where you're going to see it often so that it encourages you.
Okay.
All right. And then the final thing is, what do you feel could be holding you back?
It's reaching out to other people. That's my hardest part.
Okay. So reaching out to people, is it kind of scary for you? Do you feel like you might be coming off like a salesperson or anything like that?
Probably the second, more salesy.
Okay. I encourage you to use the scripts that we have, because the scripts that we have help make it so that you don't come off as a salesperson.
Okay.
The last thing we want is for you to come off like a salesperson. So get familiarized with our scripts, print those out. If you have a smartphone and you access the scripts from your smartphone, you can actually save them to your home screen so that it makes it easy for you to access at any time as well.
Okay.
So using those scripts is probably one of the single-handed best ways for you not to come off like a pitchy salesperson.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. All right. All right, Lindsay, you are next. So,
Okay.
Yep, I'd love to hear your why and what you feel is holding you back.
Sure. So my why, I've kind of always wanted to do something that was helping other people. I just didn't exactly know what it was. So when I was in college, I was a poli-sci major. I was going to go law. Then I realized I didn't want to sit in an office all day. And I kind of went back and forth on what it was that I wanted to do. And right now I have a sales career. That's what I've been doing for the last 7 years. It's been really successful. And then when I got the promotion I've been fighting for, it made me realize I don't want to be in the corporate world at all. So I'm really passionate about wellness, about food, about health, that whole thing. And I've been trying to think of how I was going to do that, whether it was online health consulting, health coaching, what I was going to do in that realm. And my sister is actually a Beachbody coach. I signed up with her back in October, right before I got promoted. So I never really got to dive into it. And then it dawned on me these last month or so when I've been flying all over the place, not wanting to do this job for too much longer, that if I could make this business work the way that I've seen it work for other people, then I could leave my corporate career and do this instead, and then spin any other kind of wellness coaching or anything like that into what I'm doing along with my blog and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So that's my big why. That, and I just want, similar to you, I just want my own freedom. I want to be my own boss. I know what to do to succeed in most things, so I just want to be able to do it on my own time.
All right, Lindsay.
And then holding me back mostly is just not knowing exactly what the path to success is. So I haven't really dedicated a whole lot of time to it just because I just started a new position. And now that I've kind of figured out what I'm doing there and realizing that this is my future and that's not my future, I'm now ready to dive in and figure out exactly what's the script, what's the path to success so that I can get there.
Okay, perfect. Well, Lindsay, it's not a matter of if, it's only a matter of when. So what I insist that you do tonight, if you're free at 8, is to listen to the team call, because I will be defining the key things that every coach should be doing in order to build their business. So that'll help provide clarity with that. So if you can do those things on a consistent basis that I'll be talking about tonight, it's inevitable. You will have that kind of freedom that you want. Now, with the freedom that you want, being a health coach and everything, do you have any kind of financial reason as to why you're coaching? Pay off student loan debt, anything like that?
No, I mean, financially, my current career pays, it's very lucrative. Okay. So I don't really, I mean, I always want to make more money. So that's never not an issue. But my ultimate goal is to be out of that job within the next 12 to 24 months completely without sacrificing anything in my financials. So that includes the fact that I'm saving up for a down payment on a house. that I still want to be able to take trips the way that I take them and visit my family the way that I do right now. So financially, my goal is to basically be able to put away like a year's worth of my current income so that I can say, okay, I'm good. I can leave there and go live my new life.
Cool. That is awesome. That's really cool. So, I would love to contact you after this and see what I can help you do in figuring out all of that finer details and making it happen. But you can do it. Honestly, if I can be here right now talking to you, you can totally make this happen as well, Lindsay.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. Thanks for being a part of the group.
Sure.
Awesome. All right. Let's go ahead. Not sure what your name is, but your number is 602-329-1046. You are on.
Hi, this is Danielle.
Oh, hey there, Danielle.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, and what's your last name, Danielle?
On my computer or anything. So.
Oh, okay. What's your last name, Danielle?
Hanson.
Okay, cool. All right. So, yeah, if you could just share with us your why and then what you feel is holding you back.
Okay. Well, my why started about a year ago before I was introduced to Beachbody. I had hit the highest point in my weight ever and was approaching 300 pounds. And I had always been doing everything for everybody else, taking care of my husband, my kids. My job was very involved. I work with special needs kids. So I never had time for me. And I always felt like if I took time for me, then I was being selfish. And so I finally just took the past year and decided to focus on me and my health because I wasn't feeling good. I was diabetic, my blood pressure was getting high, and my body just hurt all the time. So I approached my doctor about it, and he worked with me, and I got approved for surgery. And I know probably in the Beachbody world, weight loss surgery is very taboo, but it saved my life. And I was able to get a kickstart on my health journey. It forced me to take responsibility for what I was putting in my body. And that had the surgery in September, and I've dropped 90 pounds in the past year.
Wow.
So Brooke Sperling, who's my sponsor, I've known her for 10 years, so she's seen me at my heaviest, and she had been on me for about a year to get on Beachbody, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't do the videos, this, that, or the other, and I had every excuse in the book as to why I couldn't do it. Well, as I was going through my weight loss journey and learning more about nutrition and using food for fuel instead of just to eat, I started developing a passion for health and nutrition and helping other people start on their weight loss journey, because I figured if I could finally get it done for myself, then I could help other people do it as well. And so I've been getting in on, with my kids and my husband and my extended family, trying to help them get healthy and on the right track. And so it was about that time that I was getting started with nutrition courses that Brooke approached me again to be on her team because she had seen all my progress online. And I finally said yes. I was like, this is something that I'm ready to do and that I'm really passionate about. And so my why is, now that I'm starting to help myself, I want to start helping other people. And in that process, I want to use that to help get me and my family out of debt from school loans and this, that, and the other, and all the debt that we get sucked into trying to start a family and have a house and have all the things that's necessary for life. And we kind of get trapped in this debt cycle that's ridiculous. And so I saw an opportunity to be passionate about and do something that I love, and that would help me financially as well. So that's where I'm at now. And then I guess with that would roll into what's holding me back, is I still feel like I don't look like a Beachbody coach. and people are going to look at me and say, well, this doesn't look like this is working so well for you. You know, new people that come in and they see me that I'm still not at my ideal shape and size for somebody my height, and I don't look like somebody who works out all the time. And so I feel like me approaching somebody to get healthy, they're going to look at me and still see somebody who's overweight and out of shape.
Okay.
So I just struggle with that still.
Let me tell you, first thing first, congratulations on that weight loss. Regardless of how it was done, as long as it was done in a safe way, which it was, you should definitely be proud of yourself for making that decision and that change. So that's awesome. Second thing, congratulations on becoming a coach. With, the financial stuff, how much would you say that you have to pay off or take care of in terms of finances?
It's quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not including my house, because that's just a given that you're going to have a mortgage and a car payment. But I still have about $13,000 in school loans, and there's significant amount of credit card debt. So just to be able to get rid of all that non-essential debt, it's probably, thinking about it, it's probably close to $50,000 is probably what I would like to get paid off that is non-house and non-car debt.
You can make it happen. April McDonald, she started off on our team with over, I think, $60,000 worth of debt, and she's been putting money away. She's been paying off credit card debt, all kinds of crazy things with this business. And you know what? Your mortgage and what you have to pay off on your car, that can be paid off with Beachbody as well. It's not an unheard of thing for coaches to pay off all of that stuff and then also pay off their mortgage and their car payments and all of that, thanks to Beachbody. So that's not something that's out of the realm of possibility, Danielle. You could totally make that happen. And also with your fear of not necessarily looking like a Beachbody coach, there is not a typical Beachbody coach, okay? You can look at so many coaches right now. Sherry Strang is a coach. She is in a wheelchair. She's wheelchair bound. She used to work as a bank teller, and she actually got shut. Somehow she got shut in the bank vault. Like it hit her, and it caused her to fall down, crush her spine, and she is wheelchair bound pretty much for life. And that woman has a very successful Beachbody business. She's beyond a diamond coach. So it doesn't matter. I insist and I encourage you to continue to do personal development, because that's going to help you to understand that, people are going to relate to you. There's a lot of people who are in a transitional phase, and to you, you're probably skinnier than some people out there. So they're going to look at you as their go-to inspiration. And so don't be afraid to embrace that whatsoever.
Okay.
You got this. All right. Well, thank you, Danielle.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. All right, Kiera. I'm going to unmute you if I can. Okay, cool. Let's hear from you. Let's hear, your why and your biggest thing you feel that's holding you back.
Hi.
Hey.
My why, well, I think I want both my body and my finances to allow and encourage, as opposed to hold me back from all of the experiences and adventures and things that I want to do. And, there's a certain level of physicality that's required for a lot of those things. And then there's finances as well. So it's sort of twofold. Those are both things that I would like to move forward on, and just make the change actually stick would be helpful.
Okay. So what do you feel is holding you back from making any of that possible?
Probably myself.
Okay.
I think I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to it. I often I start and then I don't achieve the consistency that I need to see long-term results and to build something.
What do you think is something that could help you with that?
I think that I need to do a better job of following through, obviously, and maybe staying more connected would help with that. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out.
Right. Well, I do know that consistency is key with this business.
Yeah.
Consistency with your workouts, consistency with following up, reaching out to people, doing your personal development. So I think maybe your why needs to be bigger, because I feel that when you have a crazy why that pushes you, that motivates you, that drives you, that is a thing that allows you to go the next step. That's the thing that keeps you so that you don't fall off the escalator. Because imagine this is like an escalator. You are on the way up an escalator that's on the way down. So you're trying to go up this down escalator, and for every step that you take, it seems like it's a struggle. But if you continue to consistently push yourself up there, eventually you're going to hit the top. And when you hit the top, you're going to just you're going to ball out. You're going to love your life. You're going to know that everything you did paid off. But the truth is if you fail to be consistent with being consistent with this business, with that escalator going down and you trying to go up, each time that you take your foot off the pedal, you're just going to fall down that escalator to the point where you're at the base level, and then you have to work your way up again. So I think we need to discuss, we need to get on a call together, and we need to figure out your hardcore why this is going to push you, why you need to make this happen without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I've been around almost a year now as a coach, and I keep sort of being yeah, I'm going to do it. And then I can hold myself accountable for a little while, and then somehow, something or other, I let it slip. And I'd like that to stop happening.
Yeah. We'll make that stop happening for sure.
Okay.
So call, or you know what? Message me right now on Facebook.
Okay.
And we'll set up a call, and we'll get this going, because you deserve to have this just as much as anybody else.
Cool.
All right. Thank you, girl. I appreciate your honesty.
No worries.
All right. We got one more person before we do our team call. So anybody hopping on our team call, I appreciate you guys being on the line. And if you just hold on for 5 minutes, we're almost done. Okay. So 602-329-1046. We already talked. That's all right.
Yes, this is Danielle.
All right, sorry, Danielle. I got you covered. So let me see here. Who else am I leaving out? 419-810-4382. Are you in the Be Your Boss group? I unmuted you. Uh-oh, I think she got cold feet and hopped off. Okay. All right. So I guess that's the end of our call. She hopped off. So if you're hopping on and you relate to the Be Your Boss call, if you could just Facebook message me, and we're going to set up a call together so that we can discuss and go over your why and everything else that we covered tonight on the call. So if you guys could do that, if anybody's hopping on late, that would be awesome, because we're about ready to start our Team Tubby to Tone call. So let's see. I'm going to give it just a couple more minutes, wait for other people to hop on. So if you guys could just sit tight for a couple, that would be awesome. So just continue to hold tight, guys. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and begin the call. So thank you so much for hopping on our team call tonight. It is Monday, April 6th, 2015, and tonight what we're going to be covering is optimum success with your business. So let me jumpstart a little recognition from last week. So let me get to the recognition post. So I want to go ahead and congratulate April McDonald for being the coach of the month because she knocked it out of the ballpark with 36 Success Club points and 3,455 volume points, which is absolutely freaking ridiculous. So congratulate April. Message her, let her know that she is a rock star, and I also encourage you to message her and ask her what her secret sauce is. April's awesome, and I'm sure that she would love to share, and you know, she's great. She's one of the top leaders within our business, and she has a lot to share. So other than that, I want to go ahead and take the time to congratulate everybody else who either earned Success Club 10, Success Club 5, or hit the 1,000 Club and the 500 Club with personal volume. So, of course, we had April at the very top with 36 Success Club points, Carolyn Marone with 27, Danielle Rhodes with 20, Melissa Ludwig, with 16. I swear I'll pronounce that right sometime, Melissa. Mark Ludwig with 16, and I probably pronounced it wrong again. Angela Camello with 16. Avery Pelican with 16. Sarah Smith with 15. Brooke Sperling with 14. Ashley Lindsay with 14. James Rhodes with 13. Amy Ashley with 12. Samantha Sassano with 12, Claudia Chappell, 12, Rebecca Graham with 11, Amanda Stevies with 11, Alicia Cox with 11, Kelly Severhoff with 10, Jessica Hill with 10, Nicole Rubennecker with 10, Sam Kuhn with 10, Denise Lorish with 10, Lindsay Oakes, 10, Carolyn Walker, 10, and James Bronkowski with 10 as well. Now for Success Club 5, the people who either earned Success Club 5 or up to Success Club 9 were Sherry Moore with 8, Lauren Johnson with 8, Matt McDonald with 8, Josh Earl, Melissa Clegg, Jessica Lee, Mackenzie Schaefer, Shelley Dowell, and Jesse Taylor, all with 8. And then the 2 holding it down with Success Club 7 were Tanner Hine and Vanessa Gillespie. Now for Success Club 6, hold tight, we got a lot of them. We got Corey Mayo and Paul Mayo, Melissa Dial, Kelsey Murray, Leah Lawler, Nicole Vargas, Brittany Fox, Tiffany Smith, Nikki Warman, Adam Hill, Terry Luther, Megan Frazier, Amanda Galantine, Brittany Gray, Lenore Marone, Jean Iden, Molly Gallivan, Malin Galloway, Belsicki Demu, Alina Burton, Afi Ahmed, Corinne Bellevue. Oh, and I'm sorry, Corinne Bellevue has 5. Gina Lagantalanti, 5. Lauren Walton with 5. Jane Crandall with 5. And Charisse Capabianco with 5 as well. All right, so now we're moving on to volume. So this basically means that these people are not only getting commission, their volume is coming from commission, but their volume is also coming from what their team is doing as well. So at the very tip top, we have April McDonald in the 1,000th club, got Danielle Rhodes, Carolyn Marone, Jessica Hill, Brooke Sperling, Avery Pelican, Corey Mayo, Melissa Ludwig, Terry Luther, myself, Sarah Smith, Kelly Severhoff, Kenzie Schaefer, Carolyn Walker, Nicole Carpenter, Leslie Raymond, Amy Ashley, Malin Galloway, Angela Camello, Amanda Stevies, Lindsay Oakes, Tanner Hine, Corinne Bellevue, Jessica Lee, and Samantha Sassono, all with more than 1,000 volume points. And the people who hit the 500 club, which is 500 volume points to 999 volume points, were Sherry Moore, Irene Jalkowski, Denise Lorish, Kelsey Stevies, Emily Bork, Diana Paley, Misty Welch, Stacy Holloway, Shelley Dowell, Jane Crandall, Sam Klim, Vanessa Gillespie, Gina Wybry. Sorry if I'm really butchering your name. For one, I'm horrible at reading last names or names in general. And 2, what I'm reading from is super teeny tiny, so I can barely see some of these last names. Gina Weinreb, Heather Abramowski, Lauren Johnson, Nicole White, Sandra Price, Christy Raymond, Galena Buford, Matt McDonald, James Rhodes, Megan Frazier, Alexa Northcraft, Leah Lawler, Claudia Chappell, Kelly Pelkowski, sorry, Kelly, Lauren Walton, Teresa Jones, Cheryl Pava, Nikki Warman, Emily Kleizek, Stephanie Morrison, Jessica Sloreno, Jesse Taylor, Brittany Fox, Angela Brady, Samantha Rosel, Amanda Fatsko, Melissa Clegg, Belsicki Demu, Alina Burton, Ashley Logg, I'm sorry, I pronounced that wrong too, Lindsay Roseman, Matthew Severhoff, James Bronkowski, Rebecca Graham, Michelle Clapp, Nicole Rubenacker, Adam Hill, Brittany Gray, Ariana Stowe, and Sharon Welsh. So congratulations to all of you guys. That is a huge freaking accomplishment to be able to hear your name on that call. So now what we're going to do is we're going to begin. So be sure that you have your pens, paper, all of that stuff ready, because what I'm going to be discussing is really the key things that you need to do. Not only if you're a new coach, I'm going to share. If you're a brand new coach, or you're finally getting some steam under you and you want to start building your business, these are the things that you are going to want to be doing on a religious basis. And I said that wrong, so whatever. Anyway, so as a new coach, every day, what you need to be doing is reaching out to 3 to 5 people. Okay, simple. That is what you need to do. And as a brand new coach right out the gate, what I recommend doing is creating a list, having that list on hand. And of course, your list should probably originate off from your Facebook. So you got to tell me. I mean, most people I know have more than 100 friends on their Facebook. So go through your friends list and add people to that list. And then what you need to do is when you are going out and you're reaching out to those 3 to 5 people, I would make sure that the 3 to 5 people that you're reaching out to are 3 to 5 people every day that you kind of feel confident that they might be on board with this. They could potentially want in on our Kool-Aid. Those are the people that you should be reaching out to and building a relationship with. And remember, it's just a cool, calm conversation. You're just finding out how they're doing. You're complimenting them when you reach out to them. You're just reestablishing a connection. You're not pitching Beachbody on them whatsoever. So as a brand new coach, right out the gate, 3 to 5 people. Secondly, you need to post on Instagram once and Facebook twice. So why not kill 2 birds with 1 stone? If you're posting on Instagram, just go ahead and repost whatever that is to your Facebook. But then you need to come up with another original post for Facebook. So Instagram and Facebook, I believe, are the 2 main key hubs for building a Beachbody business. There's a lot of success to be had from using each of those accounts, social media accounts. So post on Instagram, post on Facebook twice, and make sure that with every post that you're posting, that you are posting content that if your best friend saw it, they would want to share it. So this is stuff like you're not posting your dirty laundry. You're not posting negative stuff. You're posting stuff that you feel like this contributes value to people's day. So you want to inspire, you want to encourage, you want to motivate, you want to share your story. You don't want to just post a photo of yourself flexing after a workout like, woo, got my workout in. Because your best friend probably is going to scroll right over that. Because the truth is best friends don't really get it. You know, you're some of the biggest people who are going to let you down with the business could very well end up being the people who are closest to you. So if you really want to get your friends on board, you need to find a way to share your business in an authentic way that is true to you and that encourages your friends. So if you're a goof around your friends, portray that in your posts. Because then your friends aren't going to be sick and tired of seeing all of your posts. If you are somebody who is just cool, calm, and collected, and your friends understand that, be true to that. Because people, they hate to see somebody acting out of their norm. And for a lot of people who are just starting off with fitness, you are breaking out of that mold. You are acting out of the norm for what your friends might expect you to act. So in order for you to have a lot of success with this, you need to find a way to continue to be true to who you are when you're posting about your fitness. So yeah, like I said, if you're a goofball, then make sure you're a goofball when you're posting your photos or when you're posting your workouts. If your friends know that you love to dance and you post a video, you better believe you, at the very end of your video, you should have a little part where you're breaking out into a dance or you're being goofy or you're making a face. Like, you need to make sure that you are true to who you are and not give a rat's ass, excuse my French, I cuss, but not give a rat's ass as to what people think about you. Be as goofy as you need to be as true as you need to be, embrace who you truly are, because if you do that along every post that you make, you're going to attract the people who you want to your business. If you shy away from who you are and you try to please everybody and be a people pleaser and make posts that everybody would be happy to see, you're not going to help anybody whatsoever. Nobody wants to see a cookie cutter version of who you are. People want to see the authentic self. And by being your authentic self, you're going to attract people who you would truly want to work with. So then the third thing that you need to do as a brand new coach is you need to do at least 10 to 15 minutes of personal development a day. Personal development was stressed today by Michael Folsom. That was an awesome national wake-up call. If you didn't hear it, it is something that you definitely need to go back on. But personal development, I know from my own personal experience, has helped me become the person I am today. It's helped me to evolve. It's helped me to become a better person. I am a shell of what I used to be. I've totally removed all of the skins from the snake that I was, and I've evolved into who I am through personal development. And I encourage you that if you want to take your business to the next level, personal development is the only route to go. You could be doing the two other things. You could be reaching out to people and you could be posting on Facebook or Instagram, but if you're not covering that personal development day in and day out, none of that really matters, because for one, the more personal development you do, the more inclined you are going to be yourself on social media. So if you aren't doing your personal development and you're not honing your skill set to fully embrace who you are, your posts are going to reflect that. It's going to be really hard for you to be yourself on social media if you don't embrace who you are. And embracing who you are comes from doing your personal development. And then secondly, if you don't do your personal development, you're also not going to develop the skill set to be able to talk to people efficiently and to have the kind of leadership possible to lead people to a better way of life through challenge packages, through becoming a coach. So personal development really should be the number one thing that you focus on, because if you focus on doing that day in and day out, the other two things should just come naturally. They should be easy for you. And then the final thing as a new coach that you need to be doing is you need to be involved in the Be Your Boss group. So you need to be doing that group. You need to be involved, contributing daily, interacting with the group, and becoming friends with the people in the group. Because if you think about this, this is almost like a class. This is almost like, your senior year of high school. And you're kind of, you're all getting ready to graduate. You're all finishing up learning with each other so that you can go on to the next step. So that's what the Be Your Boss group is this is a place for you to learn. This is a place for you to evolve. And this is a place for you to make connections with people from the team so that you can be in a graduating class. So after the Be Your Boss group is all said and done, once you graduate and you go on to the next thing, you keep in contact with those other people. You encourage one another. You share your successes. You share your failures, but you keep going at it together. So the Be Your Boss group isn't just there so that you can learn stuff. It's there so that you can interact with people. You can encourage them, and you can have that sense of community that we strive for. That's a culture that I truly hope that you guys feel is the community that we have as a team. I hear in some teams, and it blows my mind, but there's a cattiness there. There's like people competing with one another and people afraid to share tips with other people and how to be successful. That blows my mind. I can't even imagine how that could be possible in a team whatsoever. So being involved in the Be Your Boss group, or any group from here on out, is something that you need to do, because like I said, it's not just about learning. It's about making that connection. And the more connections that you make within the team, the more prone you are to keep going with this. On the Be Your Boss call before this at 7:30, I shared a little bit about my story. And if you're not familiar with my story, I was a coach for like 1.5 years before I actually started really working the business. And the main thing that caused me to work the business was I became friends with other Beachbody coaches from other teams. I didn't have a team back then. So I became coaches or friends with other coaches from other teams. I saw what they were doing on Facebook. I was interacting with them. And it was that connection, it was that relationship that I had built with them that made me actually get my crap together and do something with this business. Had I not had those connections to those coaches, I would not be here today, and you guys probably wouldn't be here either. So those are the 4 things as a new coach: 3 to 5 people, and you're reaching out to people who you think would be absolutely down. Then you're reaching out, you're posting on Instagram once, Facebook twice. You're also doing 10 to 15 minutes of personal development. And you know what? If you have a hard time reading books because either you can't fit the time into your day or you feel like anytime you're about to read, you're going to snooze, that's me. So I listen to audio, and I also listen to people on YouTube as well. So if I'm brushing my teeth, if I'm getting ready to go out, if I'm preparing my dinner, I'm listening to personal development. So you can fit in your personal development anytime throughout the day. And then the final thing, of course, is to be a part and an active member in a Coach Basics group. So those are the key essential things your first week to 2 weeks as a coach. And, you might be a coach who you're like, dude, I've been a coach for like 5 months now. Get over it. You should be taking notes on this stuff right now because this is what you are going to be training your team on. So this isn't above you or below you, I should say. This is stuff that you need to pass on to your team as well. So add to that. So after a week of coaching, what you need to start doing is you need to start following up with the people that you've been reaching out to, those 3 to 5 people that you're reaching out to every day. You need to begin following up with them. So, of course, as a new coach, it's kind of intimidating to be reaching out to people and talking to them. But what we're going to do first is we're going to help build a foundation of, okay, we're confident in reaching out to people. But now we need to take that to the next level, and we need to take that to the next level in a way where it doesn't come off pitchy and salesman-y, if that's a word. So let me pull up what it is that we're going to do. I'm going to read it right to you. All right, so if you go to the Team Tubby to Tone group, here, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I think that might make it easiest. All right, so we're on the Team Tubby to Tone group. This is, when you go to the page, this is what you see. You go to Files. You're going to go to What to Do After You Reach Out. So those 3 to 5 people you're reaching out to every day, I hope you're taking down their name. After you take down their name and you're creating a list, or you're crossing them off, or you're keeping some kind of tally on them somewhere, this is what I would reach out to them with. So I would say, hey there, Nicole. I'm not sure if you could help me out with this or not, but I'm starting up a 3-week fitness and nutrition group. I'm looking for participants for the group who are interested in losing about 10 to 12 pounds in 21 days so that I can use their photos in my future promotions. Participants also stand the chance of winning $500 with their results from this group. Would you happen to know of anyone who may be interested in joining this group? So chances are they'll either A, be interested themselves because you started reaching out to people who may be interested, or they're going to refer people to you. Either way, it's a win-win. And, of course, there is C. So C is they're not down. They don't want anything to do with it. They don't know anybody. They're not interested. It's okay. It's totally cool because what happened is you planted a seed. So they might not be down now, but what's going to happen, the cool thing is they are going to see your consistency. They're going to see you posting. They're going to see you posting about future challenge groups, and they're going to see you posting either your own results or results from other people who have had success. And with every single post that you make, every single thing that you do, you are planting a seed. I've had people who I had reached out to when I first started and I absolutely sucked at this, who are still reaching out to me to this day, who want involved in some way, shape, or form. So that's a seed I planted 5 years ago when I sucked at this. So, and now finally, after watering that seed or after posting as much as I have posted, I'm finally getting a result from that. So, people expect for you to have like crazy results right away with coaching. People expect that right out the gate, people are just going to be chasing you down, wanting your help. It doesn't necessarily always happen that way. Some people get lucky. Some people just have the right people, or I don't even know if it's the right people, but somehow it might not even be luck. Whatever it is, some people just have a strange case where people are ready. Everybody that they talk to, they seem like it's go, go, go. But I'll tell you what, for about 95% of the successful people in this business, it took them continued consistency and a belief that, you know what, okay, it may not be happening right now, but if I continue to do this, I know it's inevitable. Hashtag inevitable. It's going to happen. Like I tell everybody, it's not a matter of if, it's only a matter of when. And you need to believe that. Freaking write that up, blow it up on a poster. I don't know what you have to do to understand that, but it is really only a matter of when. Normally, the 2 to 3 year mark is like the absolute sweet spot when, you know, like you're having success up until then. Don't let me fool you. You are going to have successes before your 2 year mark. But when you hit that 2 to 3 year mark though, woo, things get crazy. Like you're finally like, wow, this is really what this is all about. Now I can see the full picture. Now I understand what is really going to happen. And you have this belief in you, like, dude, the sky is not even the limit. Like you're going above and beyond because everything that you've done up until then has just freaking manifested and created this crazy spiral of amazing success. I'm here to tell you that. I know that several coaches will testify to how awesome it is once you hit that 2 to 3 year mark of just being consistent, where all of a sudden your paychecks are like freaking $2,000 to $3,000 a week. Like who wouldn't want $2,000 to $3,000 a week for helping people? I mean, that is just an incredible payoff for just being consistent and helping people. It's amazing. So, all right, I got off on a tailspin there. So what you're going to do, of course, you know, you are going to reach out to somebody with that script. So all of those people that you'd been reaching out to the previous week, you're going to reach out to them with that script. And something's going to happen. Something's going to come about. Thereafter, though, what you're going to do is anybody that you've contacted, those 3 to 5 people, you are going to start following up with those people about 3 days after you initially reached out to them. So with your first week as a coach, you're just going to hold tight, establishing relationships. And then your second week, that's when you're going to start using the script. And then you're going to start using that script on the people that you reached out to the previous 3 days ago. That's going to help you to build your business. Now, before we dive into even more, you know, like more add-ons as to what your to-do list should look like, I actually want to insist that you make a must-do list. Screw a to-do list, because that gives the idea and the concept that, you know, this stuff could possibly happen. Create a must-do list. This must-do list is possible for making your business happen. This must-do list is something where your why fuels you. You know, you have a clear-cut idea of what your why is, how it's going to help you, how it's going to help everybody else, and how it's going to help you financially. Because it's taboo to talk about money, but it's true. If you don't have a belief as to what this can do for you financially, it's not going to be something that pulls you up out of bed each day. It's not going to be something that drives you to want to do this. When you have the kids screaming at you in one ear, your husband yelling at you in the other, and the dogs are peeing on the floor, you're not going to want to do this, you know? But if you have a clear-cut understanding of what your why is going to do for you physically, mentally, and financially, that is going to drive you to want to actually make this work, even when your back's up against the wall and you just want to pull your hair out. So create a must-do list every morning, either every morning or right before you go to bed at night, either or. I would try to establish it so that it happens at the same time every day so that it becomes ritualistic. So, if you're about ready to hit the bed every night at 11:30, you're creating that must-do list at 11:20. If you get up at 8 a.m., you're making that must-do list right before your feet touch the ground and you walk out of the bed. And right before you talk about how you look up or you talk to whoever it is that you consult on a spiritual basis or whatever, and you thank them for the benefit of being able to wake up every morning. Before you make that must-do list, you do that, you create a must-do list, and then you hit the ground running. That's what you need to be doing. So make your must-do list. And when you make your must-do list, have the 3 to 5 people as number 1. Number 2, I would do post on Instagram. Number 3, I would do post to Facebook twice. 4, coach basics. And then 5, following up with people. This is simple. This is consistent. This is all it takes. When you think about what a blue-collar worker has to do in order to make a living, or even a white-collar worker, either of them, they both have to slave away for hours. One just might have to bust their back or butt a little bit more in order to earn their income. But when you consider what we do as coaches, my day-to-day life, I am sitting outside, typing away on my computer, making connections with people, responding to messages, reaching out to people. If that's as hard as my life gets, dude, I'm pretty fortunate. And I make an incredible living and have amazing fulfillment through doing this. But it takes consistency and having that belief, because if you don't have that, it's not going to drive you to have the kind of success that you want. And I like to refer to the elevator, and this is something I heard from my friend Pat Reelman, who I bring up a lot because he has genius ideas. But in one of his videos, he talks about the elevator. And I'm sorry if you were on our 7:30 call, you already heard this, but I'm going to spew it again. So let's envision that you are trying to go up an escalator. I said elevator, didn't I? All right. You're trying to go up an escalator that is going down. And so it's a struggle. Dude, you're trying to climb up that as much as possible, and it's fighting you every step of the way. But the more consistent you are and the more you keep going at it, eventually you're going to rise up to the top, and you're going to get to that top, and you're going to be like, holy hell, I made it. And you're going to reap the benefits of your success. Now, that's through consistency. But let's just say, for instance, you're going and then you let life get in the way. And hey, life gets in the way. But you let life get in the way so much that you take several days, if not weeks, that turn into weeks on weeks on weeks and months. You're no longer fighting up. That escalator has already brought you back down. And you have to, once you finally get the whereabouts and are ready to go at it again, you're starting from the ground up. And it's going to be a struggle. And it's also going to wear on you. You're going to think, why the hell did I do this? Now I'm going to struggle to get back to where I was. So don't allow yourself to do that. Remember that it's the key thing of consistency that is going to allow you to have the most success with your business. You can make posts that suck. You can make stuff that doesn't always get a lot of traction, or people aren't going to agree with everything that you have to say. But as long as you're being consistent, there's progress. That's progress being made. And like I said, it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. So during your 3rd week of coaching, and if you're already beyond your 3rd week and you're not doing this, you need to be recruiting on a consistent basis. So a lot of people are afraid. A lot of people are scared to do this. A lot of people think, I don't have a story. I don't have success with this business yet. Yeah, it's excuses. shut up. Just recruit. Talk to people about this. Have the belief that this can do something for you, because it can. This can do such amazing things for your life. And if you don't have that vision and understand what it's going to do for you, you're never going to talk to people about this. Or when you do, it's going to be very inconsistent. And so if it's very inconsistent, that's going to trickle you back down that escalator. So talk to people about this. Talk to people and believe in your vision. Believe that it's going to help you make your why a reality. I'm living proof to let you know that I'm not super special, dudes. I freaking was an average student in school. Throughout college, I had to freaking almost cheat my entire way to even be just an average grade point average. Like, I'm not super special, and I'll admit that. I'll be the first and the last person to say that. So what you got to do here is you got to have the belief that this is going to make your why a reality. And so you need to speak with that. When you are talking to people about coaching, you might not have the success that you envision is what success should look like, but you need to speak about what it's going to do for you. So before I became a successful coach, and I use that loosely because I still have progress to make. I still don't feel I'm as successful as I could be. So if you don't have the success that you feel is necessary, if you've sold a challenge package, if selling a challenge package has helped you to put gas in your tank, or it's helped you to put food on the table, it helped you to pay for a field trip for your son, or it's allowed you to pay for vet bills, or pay off even like slightly a credit card, or because of coaching, you have a community of people who inspire you and motivate you and cheer you on. It's something that you've never experienced in your life before. If you, because of coaching, you're in the best health of your life, or you know the best health of your life is right around the corner. If because of coaching, you feel that you have immense potential to have an incredible life and nothing's ever provided you hope and positivity like that before, that's all stuff you need to talk about when you are talking to people about the coaching opportunity, or when you're posting about the coaching opportunity. Before I became successful with coaching, I used to paint my vision in my posts. So if I was posting on Instagram or if I was posting on Facebook, I would share my vision. I would say, I am a health and fitness coach, and I am looking to help other people join in this opportunity where you have the ability to not only feel fulfillment, but help other people feel fulfillment as well. I know that through this opportunity to be a health and fitness coach, it's going to allow me to have the kind of freedom I want to have so that I can do whatever I want whenever I want. I won't have to report to somebody. I won't have to always feel like I have a boss standing over my shoulder, making sure I'm doing stuff right or not. That's the kind of stuff you need to talk about and paint a vision about when you're making your posts about the coaching opportunity, or when you're talking to somebody about the coaching opportunity. People need to sense your belief. People, when you're talking to them face to face, or even if you're talking or you're posting on Facebook or whatever it might be, people can sense, people can feel the energy surrounding your words. And if you're especially looking at somebody face to face and you're talking to them and you don't believe what you're saying about this business, the connection won't be there, and they'll be able to see that you don't buy into it either. And that's going to keep people from wanting to buy into allowing you to mentor them with the business. So if you are talking to people about coaching all the time and you feel like you're not getting anywhere, you feel like somebody, you're always hearing no, for one, keep going, because you are going to hear no a lot. Whether you're talking to somebody about coaching or a challenge package or whatever, keep going. I can't tell you how many times I get turned down. And you would think by looking at me, you might put me on a pedestal. I don't know what you do with me. You might think that I am just always hearing yes from people and that this business comes easy. There are times when I want to pull my hair out because I've been talking to like 5 people in an entire hour, and every single person told me, I can't do it this month. Come at me next month. So you're going to have times where you're going to hear no. But the more no's you hear, eventually you're going to hear a yes. It's inevitable. But you need to have that belief. So if you feel like you're constantly getting no's out of people, do a little more personal development. Do a little more digging on your why to figure out whether or not you truly align with what you feel your why can do for you. If you do that, that's going to propel you largely with your business. So begin recruiting. Begin recruiting because once you start recruiting, you're going to see that inevitably what will happen is your checks will just go from commission-based, where you're making 25% of anything people buy from you. It's going to go from commission-based to, and I call commission hustle money. I feel that commission is just hustle money, and I hustled for a very long time. I had months where I had 52 Success Club points, and all of that was from people ordering challenge packages. And none of those people ended up turning into coaches. And that's because I was just hustling and trying to sell. And that's not what you want to do. You want to truly be trying to look to help people. So learn from my mistakes, because I've made a lot of them. So what you want to do is you definitely do not want to be afraid to recruit people onto your team, because your checks will go from just being commission and hustle money to being based off from team cycle bonus. Team cycle bonus is where all the real magic starts to happen, where it starts compounding and you start seeing that your check now, instead of 99% coming from commission, it's starting to evolve to where it's coming from team cycle bonus. So that at Emerald, you're maxing out at like $250 from team cycle bonus. That's not even commission. That's just team cycle bonus. And then from that, I mean, I think at Diamond, you max out on $1,000 of team cycle bonus, which does not include commission. I mean, my checks nowadays, about $1,500 of it is from team cycle bonus. How would you like to have that? Because you've built a team of people who you've instilled a belief in. You've painted a vision for them about what is possible, and they hop on board because they believe it's possible too. Some of the biggest leaders that our world has ever seen have been visionaries and storytellers. People who are amazing at telling stories and people who are amazing at sharing visions are people who end up leading massive forces. So if you can paint vision and share your story and share a story to people and show them what is possible for their future, the sky's going to be not the limit. You're going to go way above and beyond that. So, okay. Your third week, you start recruiting. You start becoming comfortable with talking to people about the coaching opportunity. And that is something that you can talk to your coach about. If I'm your coach, let's talk. I want to talk to you. If you're nervous about talking to people about the coaching opportunity, let's schedule a call. So, of course, you're talking to people about coaching, but you also still want to get people on board with challenge packages who might not necessarily at this time want to coach. That's totally cool, because somewhere down the line, with your excellent help, they're going to end up wanting on board with it themselves. You know, if you are helping them, if you're painting a vision for them, if you're planting seeds for them, they're going to want on board too. So something that you're adding to your to-do list when you hit the third week spot is you're going to talk to one person a day. I believe is the best thing you can do. One person a day about the coaching opportunity. And then you want to be following up with those 3 to 5 people that you're reaching out to, building challenge groups out of the people who you've been reaching out to. So those are 2 things that you are going to add to, not your to-do list, I should say, but your must-do list. And let me break it down for you like this as well. If you can find one person every day that you are saying, have you ever considered doing what I do? And if you look in our scripts files of our team, you will find templates about what you can say to people about the coaching opportunity. But if you are throughout the case of a month, if you make it your goal to reach out to one person every day and ask them, have you ever considered? By the end of that month, that's 30 people. And I guarantee at the very worst, you're going to have a 10% closing rate, which means of those 30 people you've talked to, 3 of them have said, dude, sign me up. If you're following our script, there's no way, shape, or form, no reason why you cannot sign up at least 3 people. And that's pretty friggin' awesome, because if you right now are just a coach, but you sign up 3 people, you're an Emerald +1. That's awesome. That starts giving you the team cycle bonus, and that starts building your business to that next level. And then if you continue to do that month after month, your second month, you're going to have 6 coaches on your team. Your third month, you're going to have 9. And I guarantee that as you continue to practice and hone in on this, that 3 is going to turn into maybe 4. It's going to turn into 5 people signing up, because you've developed fluidity and you've developed confidence in talking to people about the coaching opportunity. And then once you become an Emerald, this is where I think that the game plan and everything needs to switch. So, a lot of times what we want to do is we want to focus on just selling challenge packages, getting people on board with challenge packages, setting up your next challenge group. But once you hit Emerald, I believe the key thing that needs to be focused on is building your team. Because the truth is yes, you could sign somebody up with a challenge package, but that person could end up falling off. That person might never even open up their package. And, that's the sad reality. It doesn't matter how freaking awesome you are as a coach and a motivator. Some people might still not want it as bad as you want it for them. And that's the sad truth. So you got to love people where they're at. So yeah, you might sign up somebody with a challenge package, but they might not ever do anything with it. Now imagine this. If you took the time that you would invest towards trying to get people on board with challenge packages and trying to help those people actually open their program up and everything, if you could turn that and end up actually talking to more people about the coaching opportunity instead of just challenge packages, what you're going to see is you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So you're not only helping somebody financially, but you're helping also somebody physically as well. So instead of just helping somebody with the physical side, you're helping them in a twofold manner. So through doing that, you're going to see that your business will in fact go from just being commission-based to being team cycle bonus-based. And that's where the real growth happens. And then the cool thing is everything that I've shared with you, you share that with your team as well. You pass this video on down, because this is recorded. You pass that down to them. You teach them to do the same thing. And then you're going to start developing depth within your team. And when you start developing depth and you have coaches who are signing coaches, and you start having people pop up in your newsfeed that you don't even recognize, and it kind of frightens you, like, holy crap, did my team get this big? When you start having that, that's when you know what you're doing is working really amazingly. And that's when you start making the kind of bucks that allow you to quit your job, to replace your full-time job with this gig, that allows you to have the kind of financial stability to be paying off student loan debts, pay off your mortgage, to stand up on stage during the Beachbody Summit and shred your mortgage in the shredder. They actually have a segment at Summit where they have people just shred their freaking mortgages right there because of Beachbody, because Beachbody helped them to pay off all of their friggin' debts. I mean, how cool would that be? That doesn't come from just always hustling people and trying to get people on board with challenge packages. That comes from talking to people about the coaching opportunity. So if you truly want to make your business work, you got to be okay with talking to people about coaching. So what I want to wrap up with is, of course, this business and your success with it comes from consistency. Remember that escalator. If you want to climb all the way to the top, you cannot be taking 2, 4, 7, 14, 24. You can't be taking time off like that from doing the 3 vital behaviors on a consistent basis. Now, and you can also be comparing yourself to other people's journey. If you listen to the National Wake Up Call today, there was a girl on by the name of Micah Folsom. She is a 15-star diamond coach. She has been with the business for 2 years, and she has a team of like 100 and something people, 160 or something, I think she said. Now, look at me. I've been a coach for 5 years, and I'm a 5-star diamond in my first business center, and in my second business center, I'm a 1-star diamond. I have like 800 people in my entire team, but I don't have that same level of success Micah Folsom has. Micah Folsom last year in 2014, she was a top 10 coach, which is a pretty freaking big deal. Beachbody is taking her on a vacation for free. She's traveling. She's paying off all kinds of crazy debts. I think she said that her husband's veterinary degree was completely paid for thanks to Beachbody. I can't say all that stuff for myself, and I've been a coach for 5 years. And if you want to try to get more technical, I've only been coaching 3.5 years. So even in 3.5 years' time, I still don't have the same level of success that Micah Folsom has had. To be a 15-star diamond coach is a big deal in Beachbody. So don't allow yourself to compare yourself to me, to Micah Folsom, to anybody else, because this is your journey and you need to own it. If you are being consistent, if you're doing your personal development, know that you are where you are for a reason. It's contributing to your story. It's allowing you to make yourself relatable for your team. I mean, how would you guys feel if I got on this call and I was just flexing and just stating all of this sweet stuff that I've achieved and it wasn't relatable to you? You'd probably have me up on this crazy pedestal and think I can never get to where she is. But I'm here to tell you that I'm just a freaking normal ass chick. I brush my teeth the same way you do. I might not brush it as often as you do. I'm normal, and I'm here where I am because it's important in my journey. And you are where you are because it's important in your journey. And so when you have future coaches who are coming at you and they're struggling with the same things that you've struggled with, they're going to love you and they're going to relate to you and trust you a lot more because they're going to understand that, wow, she's been in my shoes or he's been in my shoes. So understand that you are where you are for a reason. You are meant to be where you are. If you're being consistent, if you're doing everything else, it'll all fall into place when it's supposed to. With that being said, I want to thank you guys for an awesome evening. Next week, we're going to do the Be Your Boss call at 7:30, and then at 8 o'clock is our team call. That'll be the last call before I go to Cancun. So thanks to Beachbody, I'm going to Cancun. And you guys can freaking be on our cruise next year. If you're consistent, you can be there for free. It's possible. So I won't be on the call 2 weeks from today. We will not be having it. So anywho, thank you guys so much for being on the call. I appreciate every single one of you. I love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay with the fight. Just keep being you. Be unapologetically you, and have a great night. Have a good one, guys. Thank you.